Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm Stephanie and today's reading is going to be what your person finds attractive about you. So this could be anyone, it could be your partner, it could be a crush, it could be a situationship, whoever you have on your mind. We're going to see what they find attractive about you, your personality, your soul, what have you. But we have 4 piles here for you today. We have pile 1 with, I'm going to go ahead and say what these flowers are, with peony. Pile 2 with a camellia. Pile 3, we have gerbera or herbera, however you pronounce this lovely flower. And pile 4, we have cornflower. So take a moment, think of your person, think of your lovely, beautiful self, and choose a pile, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose our lovely peony here, then we have your reading about what your person finds attractive about you. So let's start with the flower you chose. We have bashfulness, peony. Nothing sparks more excitement among flower fans than the emergence of the first of the season's peonies, their delicate frills and sumptuous colors marking the transition between the seasons. In Victorian Britain, peonies became associated with poor luck, shame, and bashfulness, owing to their treatment in mythology. It was said that Aphrodite turned a nymph named peony into a flower after she drew Apollo's attention away from her. So, 2 things. Several things. Before I even started this reading, I had the song One Direction, You Don't Know You're Beautiful. So I had that come through. I don't know what the song's actually called, but the main chorus says that phrase is, you don't know you're beautiful, and that's what makes you beautiful. So that, along with bashfulness, makes me think that you're kind of very humble about your looks. Like, you really don't seem to get just how attractive you are. Or at the very least, this is what your person thinks. Like, they don't understand how you can look in yourself in the mirror and not understand, like, just how drop dead gorgeous you are. There's also, with the bad luck, as well as the poor luck, the bashfulness, the shame, you may have gone through something in your life that makes you think that either having good looks is bad luck somehow, like it'll draw the wrong kind of attention, or that you just won't accept your good looks. This gives me, like, some of you may attempt to, like, tone down your attractiveness by doing certain things, whether that's, like, I don't know, wearing baggy clothing, maybe wearing makeup that makes your face look different than what its natural shape is. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is a sense that some of you try to camouflage into something else other than what you naturally look like, because there's something about being ashamed about your natural looks. And you could have very unconventional looks as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's still, this is something your person finds attractive about you. Let's look at the rest of your cards. We have Ground Yourself. We have And Spirit, Time to Collaborate. We have Canary Spirit, Sing Your Own Song. Circle of Eternal Joy, Timelessness, Dance of Life. And Taking Risks. So, despite the fact that you're drop dead beautiful, because I really do feel like that's something that's coming through here, what your person finds attractive, you kind of have like a boy or girl next door kind of vibe to you, because with Ground Yourself, you're a very grounded person, or at the very least, you make it a point to keep yourself very grounded. So you're very level-headed. You don't really do or say things that are kind of, out of the ordinary. Well, you don't say things without thinking them through thoroughly. You're not somebody who's just going to get up and do something dumb for the sake of it, even though we do have take risks here. And I'll say this, and I'll explain why in a moment, but you're somebody who's very level-headed, very grounded, somebody who makes sound decisions, or at the very least can see the logic behind certain things. Like, you're not somebody who's very ditzy or anything, or you wouldn't be called dumb, that's for sure. People can tell that you have a right head on you, and this is part of what, at least the person you're thinking of, this is what draws them to you, what they find attractive about you. With Ant Spirit, we have Time to Collaborate. You're very much a team worker, a team player. You're very you don't mind helping people. You're capable of working in groups, even with people you don't like, is what I'm hearing. I feel like you're somebody who really does care about the team. If there's a team effort that has to be done, you care about the outcome. You care that everybody's doing their part, and that if somebody needs help, you will help them. It's very responsible energy. It's also very altruistic. It's kind of like you set your ego aside to get certain needs met, whatever the goal of this team effort, whatever this may be, especially at work. I feel like even if you dislike somebody, you will help them. And this is something that your person finds very attractive, that you can set your I heard pettiness aside, because some of you might be prone to it. There's nothing wrong with that. I think all of us are. But you can set your little squabbles with somebody aside in order to get something done. And they truly appreciate this about you. With Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Oddly enough, conversely to what I just said, I still feel like you stand out and you're not afraid of doing things on your own, especially with taking risks here. Sing your own song, I feel like you definitely... I'm also hearing march to the beat of your own drum. You're not afraid of doing things that are different, or that you know will you're not afraid of starting something new or doing something that nobody else has done before. Like, you take it in stride. That's nothing new to you. I feel like the person that you're thinking about is somebody who can be a little bit codependent, or is at least somebody who, like, they associate with a group of people. Like, they're not comfortable being by themselves. So when they see that within you, this independence that you have, they find it very attractive. It's kind of like, how can I be more like my pile one, who is both beautiful and takes these risks? So the risks that you actually take, to you, they may not seem like risk. To you, it just seems like, well, I got to go and do something on my own because this is just what I have to do. To them, though, they see it as fearlessness and bravery, and they're truly attracted to that, believe it or not. I feel like this is somebody who's very much attracted to an alpha type of person, whether you identify with that or not, but definitely somebody who takes charge and is very independent. They're attracted to that energy. Probably because they themselves do not see themselves that way. It's very much like a follower being attracted to a leader. So you definitely have that pull on this person, pile one. With Circle of Eternal Joy, timelessness, dance of life, I feel like some of you have something very classic about you, regardless of what you look like or what you do. There's something about you that kind of transcends the trends and transcends time. Like, if they were to see a picture of you as you are now from either back in the day or in the future, you would still feel like you fit in, because there's a classic essence to you. This is kind of earth energy, or at the very least Venus in an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, because they tend to be the more classic of the signs, but also a little bit of fire, just for the glam aspect of it. With Dance of Life, I feel like, especially if they've seen you dance, they're very much attracted to that. That's probably your most attractive quality, is how you move. Even if you don't dance, it's the way you move. You might have a dancer-like quality to your movement when you walk or when you do something physical. It's very graceful. It's very fluid. Or even if it's not, you move in a way that they enjoy. You move in a way that they are very much attracted to. It's funny that a little bit of their personality is coming through. I think they make it known that they're attracted to you, or at the very least, it's very obvious to certain people that they're attracted to you, because I didn't mean to call their energy in. This is just, through their eyes, how they see you. Some of you could have long hair. I'm getting that from this picture, in any color, but they definitely love your hair. There's something gorgeous about it. That could just be one of your best features as well. But also your calmness. There's something about how you ground them. They might be somebody who's very wiry, or like they have nerves. And regardless, I feel like there's something very calming about you, something very grounded, something that makes them feel peaceful and at home. And somebody that they can rely on as well. But also not stuffy, because I feel like you're a very fun person, or at least they perceive you to be very fun. If a little shy, maybe this shyness, as much as they adore it, it could be something that's endearing about it. Like, they understand that it's kind of hard to get through, because I feel like some of you are very closed off, or at the very least there's something coy about you here. Because look at the two people in these cards. We have one who has her eyes closed. She's just meditating, minding her business, doing her own thing. And this one is shooting like a coy look at somebody. So I feel like you're kind of hard to figure out. And some people may see it as shyness or bashfulness, but this person has seen a side to you that not a lot of people get to see. I don't know if they're aware of how rare that is of you, but they've seen a side to you that not many people get to see, and that is your most attractive quality. It's like a diamond doesn't shine for everybody, but you shine for them, or you shine for people you feel worthy. It's very much like, yeah, I'm getting like a god, the image of a god or a goddess, like sharing their light down on somebody. And as I'm saying that, like the sun is getting really, really bright outside. So that's just confirmation. And also the sun shining through these clouds onto this bird's wing, hawk maybe, whatever it is. But yeah, there's something very unique about you that they adore. And it's a very subtle attraction too. It's nothing that's like, you know, very in your face. But I could see how it could easily become in their face. But let's move on to the tarot, because I'm not getting anything else from the oracles. Like I said, I feel like some people see the attractiveness that they find in you right away, but they're trying to keep it a secret, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird that your person is coming through. I wonder why. I guess I'll figure out why in the tarot and in the closing statements. But we have the Mythos Tarot. Oh, okay. We have the 10 of Coins with Tai Chi. Again, with the long hair coming through. We have the 4 of Wands, Hestia. These women look very similar. So some of you might have this complexion of like darker skin and brown hair. It gives me autumn vibes, so you might identify as an autumn in the seasonal colors. If you're familiar with like beauty theory, I guess is what color theory, beauty theory. You could identify as an autumn. We have the 9 of Coins, Plutus. We have the 6 of Coins, Thea. Yeah, brown hair is coming up in all of these, so some of you might be a brunette, brown hair. And 2 of Cups, Hermaphroditus, and back of the deck energy, 5 of Coins. Some of you might have a really nice back, and take that how it resonates. It might not just be upper back. Well, it could be upper back if you really work out your upper back, but it could also be your lower back, but you hide it. Okay, I was very specific, but I feel like it's like they don't see it enough, which fair. You might be aware you have a really nice dump truck, and you might be bashful with it. Like you might want to hide it because you're aware that people check out your behind a lot. Pile 1, which I can relate. But let's see. Yeah, you might be bashful with your body, because one thing I've noticed in all of these, you don't really see a body, with the exception of this back. So I feel like whatever glimpse of you they've seen of your body, if you haven't been intimate with this person, they just happen to catch it by chance, or like, and they definitely found it attractive. I don't know why I'm getting that from 5 of Coins specifically. Well, no, I do know. 5 of Coins is a lack, like not seeing something enough or not receiving something enough. So I feel like they don't see enough of your physical body as much as they would like to. You could, like, again, you probably wear baggy clothing, or you could work in an environment that doesn't allow you to really show off your body. You might have to wear like a uniform, or you might work in like food industry where, you know, just showing off your body is not really a thing that happens, depending on the situation. But let me clarify these cards before I move on, because I'm already channeling a lot. We have 6 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles twice. They might be attracted to your money, or not money, how your accomplishments in life, which may include your money. And the 2 of Cups. We have the 9. We have the Hangman to clarify the 6 of Coins, and we have the 2 of Cups clarified by the 9 of Wands. Back of the deck energy for this one, 5 of Swords. Okay. I'm trying not to dive too deeply into this, because we are talking about your attractive qualities, which will mostly be on the outside as well as your personality. So if I read something a little differently than I usually do, it's because, well, one, your person's coming through pretty strong. Like, they're trying to tell me everything, or at least their higher self is. The 10 of Coins and the 6 of Wands, I feel like if you were to go on a date, or if you have gone on a date, you definitely pick the finer things. Like, I feel like you choose good food. Even if it's on the pricier side, you know it's good. You know how to have a good time, is what I'm hearing. You know how to have a good time. You know how to indulge, and they they truly appreciate that. I feel like they may come from a background, or from people they've previously dated, that kind of expected everybody else to like take them out and cater to them and do everything. And they themselves were very lacking, either in personality or in manners or money, whatever it may be. But with you, you pretty much are a person unto yourself. That was a weird way to put it. You are you don't need anybody. You can take care of yourself. I feel like if you were to go on a date, you would split the bill with them, or you might even offer to pay for the whole thing. Not that they would let you. Well, I guess it depends on how you perceive that kind of thing. And they truly appreciate this, that you have your ish together, that you have your finances together, that you have no problem looking after yourself, and that's just, it's the self-sufficiency that you have that is very attractive. With the Four of Wands and the Son of Pentacles, I'm hearing a slow burn, or a slow pursuit, or somebody who's slowly coming around to the fact that you're pretty much quite literally everything that they like. I am being drawn to the headdresses. Well, actually, all of them. You might wear your hair really nice, because everybody in this spread has like either some kind of crown or like a little hair piece. So they might enjoy how you do your hair, and that might be a big thing for them, like just having your hair done really nicely. But they prefer it, or at least they consider it more attractive when it's flowing and free. And I think that's a symbol for how they like to see you as well. They like to see you in your celebration mode, because both the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands, it's celebration, it's joy, it's letting loose and letting your hair down, literally and figuratively. With the Nine of Coins, again, that self-sufficiency is coming through, that they really like. But I'm being called to look at how this guy is just like, it looks like he's staring off into space, but I could easily see that as they just staring at you and kind of losing themselves in you. Like, even when they're presented by all these coins or all this food or possibly other people, it's like you're the only person they see. When you're in a room, you're the only presence they acknowledge, whether you're aware of this or not. If they are also spiritual or can sense energies, that might also be the case. Like, they just know when you're in a room, and it's kind of to them, it's all encompassing and a little, not stifling, but they're very much aware you're there. And again, with the Ten of Pentacles, there's a very physical connection. I feel like they think about you physically quite a bit. With the Six of Pentacles, though, this would be if this becomes a physical connection, or if you've already been physically intimate with them. There's a lot of equal amounts of give and take here. There's a lot of good balance here. And again, that's just something they find attractive. I feel like people get so used to being in connections where one person gives more than the other, or one person is expected to do everything and one person does nothing. But in this case, that's not the case at all. And that's something that's very attractive about you. This is like long-term partner attraction. Like, especially with the Hanged Man here. They may have changed their minds. They could have come, it's like, for example, if this person is a man, they could have come from a very traditional background where the man does everything and the woman just sits there, looks pretty and whatever. And I feel like meeting somebody like you, if you were a woman, of course, would change their mind. Like, they kind of like a woman being in charge and doing her own stuff as well. It's that kind of mentality. Of course, fit these pronouns how you need to fit them, or if that's not even the case, I feel like it's still very much whoever your person is, they're not used to the kind of person you are. And in being with you and in having met you, it's changed their mind about the kind of person you are. And they have found that quite attractive, or have learned to find that quite pleasant to be in a connection with, or at the very least to look at. Because again, I feel like you're not very in their face about it either. And that might be something else. Maybe if they have been with people who have money before, they were very much like flashy or show off. They might be like, what's the word? Nouveau rich, like newly rich people who don't really know how to use or like, you know, they just overspend and they're flashy, but with somebody like you, even if you are newly rich, like you're very classy about it, you still save, and there's something about being able to build a foundation with somebody like you here. You've changed their mind about the kind of person you are. You've made them find whatever it is that they find attractive about you. They've learned to find that specific thing attractive, and that's quite a feature. I think it's the biggest thing about this connection, or your person anyway. With the Two of Cups and the Nine of Wands, it's very interesting because the Nine of Wands is being able to, I always say defenses or fight, to put up a fight. But with the Two of Cups here, it's like they see how you've been in connections before, pile one. For some of you, this person has known you long enough and they've seen you in previous connections, or they've heard you talk about your connections. So they understand that you're somebody who understands that connections are not all easy, that they're not always fun, that you do have to assert yourself within them to get what you want and to find a compromise between you and your person. So there's a maturity here that they find truly, that they appreciate for sure, and they find attractive. And quite honestly, I feel like this maturity is something that they've been wanting in somebody. So if you are in a connection with them, I do feel like it'll be a very mature, solid, stable connection. If you haven't been, but you can see that it's going that way, again, it's going to be something very different for them, but something they're willing to work with you on. With the Five of Coins and the Five of Swords, though, they can tell there's a dark past to you that you don't really speak about. I feel like, especially with the Five of Swords here, this is like loss. Like you win some, you lose some. So in previous connections, you may have lost some bit of yourself, but you've also won independence and vice versa. I feel like you can see the good in everything, and this is something that they understand and that they like. Because if, you know, for some reason this connection didn't work out, that's the kind of person they would want to be with, somebody who understands that sometimes things don't always work out. Yeah, the star here with hope, and underneath this, the sun, the Knight of Cups. Wow. Yeah, this person, it's a slow burner kind of attraction. So even if they haven't found you attractive when you first met, they slowly but surely started to see your value and your worth. So I'm not sure if I feel like this would be more of a friend than anything, especially because I was getting that tomboy or if you're a woman, that tomboy or boy next door, girl next door energy in the beginning. Like at first, it wasn't very apparent, but they slowly started to come around to the beauty that is you. It's something that is much like a slow burn romance. It would be like a slow burn beauty, like a beauty that just ages fine, like fine wine, if that makes sense. Like even if you were ugly in childhood, or you consider yourself that way, as you get older, you just get better and better looking. And this is something I think most people would prefer over just having, you know, all your beauty in your teenage years or whatever, because that kind of beauty can be wasted at that age, because what can you do? What else is coming through? Yeah, the stability, I think, is the biggest thing that they enjoy and love about you, because we did have ground yourself, and the Coins and Pentacle suits are very much the grounding, especially here with 10. It's one of the more grounding cards. It's a card about going the distance with somebody. So if they're romantically interested in you, I would see this as a very... sorry for the cut, pile one, but I had already finished and didn't realize that it cut back when I was trying to clear the table of the tarot cards. But what I was finishing saying in that video was this could be a very stable connection should you decide to enter it, if you're not in it already, of course. I have some cards from the I Am So Totally Not Into You deck, and I'm going to go ahead and use the one I already chose because I like it. Sometime day breaks in my life. Sometime the sun shines in my life. Sometime things work right in my life. You are my sometime. This is sweet honey in the rock sometime. So I really feel like you're somebody who's very solid and stable, and they like that they can depend on you, that you are that sometime, but really the sometime is like all the time, because you're always there and you always make everything feel wonderful. Also, honey is coming through, which is funny because I have honey calcite right here, and I feel like you're very much like honey to them, the way honey can be soothing to a throat after you've been talking for a long time or screaming. Anytime you have a sore throat, you're very much soothing to their soul. as well. Like there's something very soothing but very nurturing and grounded about you. I also have cards from the Cupid Says Oracle. So the first card you got was, I know it's love, but so yeah, they definitely love you. These are messages from your person's higher self. We also have I want you. I trust you. Yeah, they definitely trust you because of all that grounded earth energy that you have, that being able to depend on you, that consistency that you provide. It starts from you. So some of you may be the ones to start this connection, or maybe you fueled the love and the passion in this connection that to get it off the ground. Love always wins. So this is making me think of back when they legalized gay marriage in the US. Everybody was going around saying love wins. So this could be an LGBTQ connection. Take that if it resonates. But regardless, the love does win in this connection. And take the road less trodden. So again, I feel like you are somebody who is not afraid of taking risk and doing things differently. Pile 1. And that is something that's very much appreciated in this connection. And then the back of the deck energy, I miss you. So some of you could be in long distance connections, or the main thing that was coming through was, even if you are living together or live close to each other, your work schedules or some kind of schedule just does not line up. So the snippets of time that you do have together are very limited. And that just makes you appreciate each other all the more, or you only see each other during certain times. So I feel like regardless, you're always on their mind and in their heart. This is more if you're already in a connection with them. But even if you're not, I feel like they may miss looking at you or seeing you wherever it is that they see you, because you're just such a profound presence on them. But that is all I have for you today, Pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please let me know in the comments. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 2. If you chose the Camellia card, then we have your reading here for you today about what your person finds attractive about you. So let's start with the flower you chose. We do have Camellia for eternity. Somebody's name could be Camilla, by the way. Like a rose, camellia flowers are made up of layers of symmetrical spiraling petals. Though they grow in a variety of colors, it is the white camellia that is the most significant in popular culture. Camellia petals and leaves fall together, signifying union even in death. Their meanings include longing, admiration, beauty, adoration, and loveliness. There's something about going the distance with you. So some of you may already be in a connection. I am getting like wedding vibes from this, because this would be a flower you would have at like a wedding reception. But for some of you, this is somebody who's been attracted to you for a very long time. So it could be a secret crush. I feel like some of you may not know who this is, and some of you definitely know who this is, with like a very small gap of in between. But let's move on to the oracles to see what they find attractive about you. We have make an altar. If you braid your hair, they like how you braid your hair. You'd be surprised at the amount of people who have told me that they really like braids, and I myself also like braids, and I braid my hair. So this has been a whole conversation. Also your tattoos, if you have any, specifically on your back or your shoulders. Write a gratitude list, number 55. Parrot spirit, watch your words. Something about the way you communicate is what they like. They might just think you're witty or funny. I am getting strong Gemini vibes here. Snake spirit, time to heal. And 55 came up twice. 55 here with the snake and 55 with write a gratitude list. I know that's an angel number, so if some of you want to look up what that means, either 55 or 555 or 4 of the 5s, you can go ahead and leave it in the comments for everybody else to read, or just, for further reflection on this. We have healing earth, the power to give and receive healing. And we have healing here twice. Some of you might be healers, whether you know it or not. We also have opportunity and security. So, well, two things. You got the most cards out of all the piles. At least I'm pretty sure, because you got 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. Also, I feel like if this person is somebody you're already in a committed relationship with, they really love the fact that you're just a spiritual healing person, because I feel like they're aware that you're very spiritual, that you're healing, um, that you're a healer, sorry. They might like that you set goals and standards with write a gratitude list, not just your gratitude list, but also that you're very organized in the way that you handle yourself. But they're definitely very aware of what it is that you do. And believe it or not, I feel like this is like the one thing they find the most attractive about you, that you have a sense of purpose, that you have a sense of connectedness both to the world, the universe, the earth. There's something about your spirituality that really draws them in, and they don't see it in a witchy way either. Because I know I've known plenty of people who like to make fun of the spiritual stuff and say, oh, well, that's just something that's witchcraft or whatever. This is not this person. This person really appreciates everything you do. They may have seen this, like they may have actually witnessed you healing either yourself or others, and they just find that to be part of the beauty. They love the mystery of it. They also love how safe it makes them feel, believe it or not. I feel like your spirituality gives them a sense of comfort, just the way that you may have indirectly helped them heal themselves. It's very much a my pile two can do whatever that they set their mind to, and that security makes me feel very safe. It's a very lovely and pure energy. I love whomever your person is, pile two. The fact that they can truly appreciate everything that you are and everything you do, because that can be hard to find, especially with how a bit more mainstream spirituality has become. I feel like some people are just quick to demonize it or to cast it off as something that's very, trendy. But for you, pile two, you definitely don't find this trendy. I feel like you've been doing this for quite a while, especially if you are, quote, quote, near the age of 55, 45. You've been doing this for a while. By the way, 46 and 45 are also here, just so you know. But I really feel like, one, you've actually helped them manifest opportunities, and that's why the opportunity is here. You've helped them learn timing with certain things. For example, if you go by like moon phases, you know when is a good time to start projects and when is a good time to wrap things up, when's a good time to rest and when's a good time to do all the things you don't typically want to do. And your person kind of appreciates this and they kind of go along with it. Excuse me. And that sense of timing and so that sense of timing and organization. They love your sense of organization, even if it's for something they don't truly do or that they believe in. I feel like you've maybe converted some of your partners, honestly, because I really do feel like this is a partner, somebody who's seen quite a bit. At the very least, with Watch Your Words, how they speak to themselves and how they say things out into the universe. Like there's something about verbal manifestation here that you've taught them. And the power to give and receive healing. You just taught this person so much and they find you so beautiful. I really feel like there's somebody who sees the light in you and truly it's what makes you beautiful, pile two. And this is somebody who kind of doesn't really care for physical appearance, but despite that, they still love how you glow, how you radiate and shine. What's interesting is there's a good combination of all the elements here. We have fire, we have air with the parrot. I consider snake to be fire, but also a bit of earth because they have to shed their skin. Healing earth here with the tree, and then water from these lilies. And interestingly enough, they're very scattered. I feel like they consider you to be a very balanced person. Some of you could make altars in your home, whether that's because of the rituals you do or because of I'm hearing for some of you, if you do a very specific altar for a very specific time of the year, or maybe during certain holidays, they love that you do that. Again, it's that sense of security. It's like deep down, they know that that's something that has been passed down, especially if you're in a very specific culture, that has been passed down and you make them feel at home through that culture. If that makes sense. It's like, even if it's not their culture, they kind of know, respect and appreciate that. I'm thinking of like whenever I do my Day of the Dead altar, it just feels right in my home because this is something that, you know, my family does and it's part of my culture. It's that kind. And specifically, I saw this video. It was a TikTok because everybody was posting them online last year, and there was one dog who like walked near one and just sat there in front of it to pay respects to the altar of the past pets that have moved on. It's that kind of feeling where this person might just sit there and look at it. They may not understand it, but they love it. Likewise, I feel like they also feel that way about you sometimes, Pile, too. Like you're this beautiful light being of a person. They may not always understand you, but they love and respect you, and they're just very grateful that you're in their lives. Um, oh, this is so beautiful. Some of you could be Year of the Snake, by the way. Um, what else is coming through? Yeah, they just adore you. I think they like you the most like in the morning when you're starting your to-do list, or when you're at work and you're just doing very calm, either looking in a book, looking at your numbers, or just when you're organizing and getting stuff done. This is when they love you the most because there's something very tranquil, beautiful, and peaceful about it. Um, they just love this energy from you. Pile two. But let's move on to the tarot. If some of you have children, they might also love the way you gently parent, because you might be a very gentle mother, or a gentle, gentle parenting might be something you do. That's coming through. Sorry, that was my glass of water. I drink through a straw. But we have the Mythos Tarot to see what else your person finds attractive about you. We have the Five of Swords, Eris. It's funny, I kept talking about peace, and then we have Goddess of Discord here. We'll get into it. The Nine of Cups, the Magician, Hecate. Yeah, I feel like some of you might identify as Wiccan or do some sort of spellcraft. We also have the Empress, Hera, Goddess of Marriage. So yeah, some of you are definitely, if not married, then prime wifey material. And the Queen of Wands, Psyche. Back of the deck energy, the Hangman, Prometheus. Which is interesting because it also came out in pile 1. And I'll tell you the same thing I told them because I feel like it's very similar. And then, what am I clarifying this with? Okay. The Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. So to clarify the Five of Swords. Yeah, strong Gemini energy is coming through. We have the Four of Swords to clarify the Nine of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords to clarify the Magician, the World, of course, to clarify the Empress, Temperance, to clarify the Queen of Wands. I don't do reversals. The Three of Cups, and to, back of the deck energy. Yes. King of Wands. So the fact that we have the Queen and King of Wands here, you're definitely already in a connection together. I'd be surprised if you weren't. With the Five of Swords, though, I feel like despite the fact that you're very peaceful, you're also very smart. I feel like you know when to hold your tongue and when to say something. So if somebody ever wanted to tell you something, if they ever had something smart to say, or if they wanted to, you know, just throw shade, you would have no problem clapping back at them. It's pretty gangster energy that's coming through. Like, you're not afraid to talk smack back if somebody was ever to say anything about you or your loved ones, or just something that's very out of place. But with the Four of Swords underneath here, I feel like you keep it in check. You know when to pick and choose your battles, and that's something that they very much respect. That's something that they just like. I feel like your person might have like a Venus in an air sign, like Venus in Gemini or Venus in Aquarius, something where they appreciate the fact that you're not always lovely, peaceful, and graceful. Like, you can also, you know, throw hands if you need to, verbally, of course, maybe physically too, but you're not afraid of a little bit of conflict, especially when you know somebody's in the wrong or somebody's stepping out of line. They love and adore that about you. With the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords, so the Nine of Cups makes me think of somebody who is very, again, the gratitude is coming through. This is wish fulfillment. This is emotional wish fulfillment and knowing to choose happiness. I'm hearing, I feel like you're somebody who knows that happiness can be a choice and that's what you choose. But that's because you come from a place where you weren't always in this energy. You understand what it's like to suffer. You understand what it's like to be at rock bottom and to come back up through it. Like, your person appreciates everything that you've been through, pile 2. And this is such lovely energy. I really feel like, again, they see that badass gangster in you. I don't know why that specific word keeps coming through, but you're a baddie. Or at least you can be, especially with the magician Hecate here and the world. They're aware that you can manifest anything you want, anything you set your mind to, you go and achieve it. And regardless of whether it seems improbable or not, I feel like you can make miracles happen, and they've seen this. I feel like they've witnessed you literally write in a manifestation journal that you want this, this, and that, and then like by the end of the year, you have it. I really feel like they truly think you are magic, and that's what they absolutely love about you. They could also have Venus in Pisces, by the way. I feel like Venus in Pisces would appreciate magic. With the Empress and Temperance, there's definitely a divine feminine energy about you. They definitely see you as this gorgeous, beautiful, especially if you're a woman. They love your curves, and if you're a man, they love the fact that you have a soft feminine side to you. It's not to say that you're feminine, it's more like you're in touch with your feminine side, like you know how to treat women. So regardless of what you identify as, take whichever resonates, of course, or both if both are applicable. With Temperance here though, I really feel like you know how to balance it out. Like you might be predominantly in your feminine energy, but you know when to step into that masculine energy. Again, it's that inner gangster that's not afraid to come out, not afraid to pick up a fight. Should you need to. You're not afraid to step into, for example, the breadwinner role if you need to. There's a flexibility here that they truly appreciate, that they know they're not in it alone. When they're with you. With the Queen of Wands and the Three of Cups, there's a wild side to you for sure, and I feel like they see it the most when you're at parties or when you're with friends or people that you both know really well. So like, for example, you might be very nice, sweet, and kind and organized, you know, on your 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, but on the weekends you let loose. And they love this person that lets loose because it's a wild side that they don't typically see. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very magnetic, a little bit loud, a little bit chaotic. But again, you keep it in check. With Psyche here, though, this is also the goddess of soul. Some of you could sing soul music, and maybe that's part of your wild side. I don't know. But I am seeing that if your person was Cupid, you'd be, or Eris, then you'd be Psyche. You're their soul, essentially. You fill them with life. You fill them with, like, this capacity to feel emotionally, and they absolutely love it, especially with the Three of Cups here. Back of the deck energy, I love, because I feel like this is your person coming through, the Hangman. In pile 1, the Hangman came through, and that you changed their mind about something. You definitely shifted your person's perspective about beauty. Like, it's not all physical, because beauty, of course, can be physical, but this person doesn't care about physical beauty. They care about the energy that you bring into this connection. They care about the energy that you create, the environment you create, and the life you create. Because I feel like you can find a beautiful person anywhere, but can you create a peaceful, beautiful, abundant life with them? And once they saw that spiritual side of you, that energy that you have, they realized beauty is not just within, it's what they do with what's within. And it's so lovely, because here we have the Father of Wands. I feel like they also have a wild side, but their wild side is more spiritual. Like, they're not afraid of like getting into a good meditation, of going to a yoga class, or getting like really into yoga. I feel like this person likes to hit the gym a lot. So maybe they used to just be like maybe a bodybuilder or do something physical, but then they met you and suddenly they like to do the things that also nourish their soul, not just their muscles. So this could also be like going on hikes, because that can be very nourishing to the soul, to be out in, specifically in nature, being out in nature, or like swimming in the ocean, swimming in the lake, river, something along those lines. What's underneath this? Yeah, the Magician coming through again. You actually ignite that spiritual side within them as well, if it wasn't already there to begin with. Yeah, your person just finds you, they find your soul to be beautiful, and that matters more than what your outward appearance is, because once that beauty fades, because it will, we all do become old and, well, some of us are trying to avoid that, but you know, we all do eventually have our moments when we're not as beautiful. What matters is what's on the inside, and this is such lovely energy, pile 2. I love this for you. Your person is so pure and so lovely, and you're very lucky to have somebody who has this perspective on you. But What else is coming through? Because Mercury was such a big planet here with the Magician, I'm thinking Gemini or Virgo or any combination of those two. So you could have those placements, but also your person could have those placements. This might be a very Mercury-based connection. But let's move on to the closing statements, closing oracles, as well as a quote from your person. These are all from your person's higher self. We have the I Am So Totally Into You deck. I love this. It's a deck of quotes and sayings from people that are love related. So we have, it was a great kiss. If one of us had been a frog, it would have had some seriously impressive consequences. This is Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls. I've never seen the show, but I've been told that the characters in that show are very wordy. So I feel like you both speak a lot. But also, I'm thinking The Princess and the Frog, or like the fairy tale or the movie, where I feel like you didn't really, either of you didn't really see the beauty within them until you got physically together, if that makes any sense, whether that was an actual kiss, a hug, or anything deeper than that. So I feel like you didn't really see the beauty or the attraction quality until like you got physically together and then something opened up, which is a thing, especially for those of you who are very spiritual. Do take note of how your ability to read your person's energy heightens after you've become intimate with them. That's very much a thing. I become like stupidly psychic with my partners, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on the person. I also feel like you've been very selective. You or your person have been very selective about the partners you've had in your life. That's something that's coming through with this card. But also, just because I didn't focus on like physical features as much in this specific reading doesn't mean that they don't find you physically attractive, by the way. I'm not calling you a frog at all. They care more about what's inside because your person is also very spiritual, whether they are actively so or not. But let's see. From your person's higher self. You are incredible. Did you know that? Or do you know that? Yeah, they think you're absolutely incredible. We also have, I just want to know why. With this, I'm getting that they're very inquisitive about a lot of the things you do, which explains why there's a lot of talking in this connection and why like the communication between your person's higher self and my higher self has been very, it's been very fluid. It's been very, I haven't really had to second guess anything. Keep your head up and look forward. This might be something they tell you or that you tell them to just keep swimming. Just keep going forward. Don't worry about, you know, the small things. Darling, this feels so right. Yeah, it does. It's a very lovely energy. Try and try again. You really encourage each other to be your best selves. I can see that. It's like you're each other's cheerleader. I am yours. Yeah, you're your persons. You belong to them. Don't ever second guess it. And then back of the deck energy, we have, there are no what ifs. Yeah, even though there's a lot of questions, there's no what ifs. It's like, I'm getting that Yoda quote, do or do not. There is no try. Not if I can help it. Yeah, there's a stubborn streak within you, Pile, too, that they really like. That grittiness that you have every now and then, they absolutely love that. It's like, who's she? I love her too. Like, they love you when you're your normal self, but whenever that other person comes out, they love her too. But, or even, not just she, if whatever you identify as, just, you know, put in your pronouns. But regardless, this is where I leave you, my lovely Pile too. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person, because I really do feel like this is a couple. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this reading down in the comments. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 3. If you chose the gerberas, then we have a reading here for you today about what your person finds attractive about you. So I had a really nice whiff of like a perfume. So I'm wondering if you wear a specific scent that they find very attractive. But that was coming through before I even started this. But regardless, we're gonna see what your card says. We have joy. From joy and celebration to emotional strength and childlike innocence, these flowers are a beacon of hope and delight. Use gerberas to tell someone, I appreciate you, or I wish you happiness. So there's something about you having a very playful and joyful attitude that this person really, really likes about you. I feel like this is somebody who has a crush on you, because I'm getting a little bit of apprehension about what they want you to know that they find attractive about you, believe it or not. I don't know if this is somebody you're actually with. If they are, they're very secretive. But let's move on to the rest of your oracles. We have 8, chanting. They like your voice. Specifically when you're loud. I'm hearing when you're loud about something. We have seahorse, spirit, watch and wait. This is very interesting. Sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, prayer. Whoever this person is, they're very grateful for you. I'm wondering why. And going forward. I feel like this is somebody either you're not aware is attracted to you, or this could be somebody coming into the future or from your future. Because we have going forward and we have watch and wait. So you're going to have to figure out who this is. But whoever's coming through, they like the way you smell. They like the way you speak. Not chant specifically, though if you do chant, maybe they've heard you and they like that about you. But they're very grateful for you. It could be the energy. I really feel it's the energy you bring into a room, this joyful attitude, or at the very least this, I mean, why am I hearing spicy attitude? I don't, because I'm Mexican, I'm Latina, I get that a lot. Even though I don't consider myself to be, but I hear that word be used a lot. So some of you might be considered, quote, quote, spicy in your attitude and in your vibration. Take that if it resonates. But chanting specifically, I feel like there could be a lot of banter between you and this person. Or you could just be a very banter-like person in general. Maybe this is something you enjoy doing. With seahorse spirit, though, I'm getting somebody who... if this is a man coming through, they don't mind switching roles in gender roles in a connection. That's going to be for a very specific amount of you. It's not for everybody, of course. But this is somebody, because seahorse is it's the man who carries the baby in pregnancy. So that's why I'm getting this. This is somebody who doesn't mind that you're a little bit, that you kind of, something about gender bending or like flipping the genders here. They don't care. They just really, really admire you. They really love something about your attitude, your personality, and your ability to go forward as well. I feel like they see you going places, and that might be part of the reason why the appreciation is here. For some of you, this might be somebody you don't get to spend much time with as well. Because this is the only pile where I only had like one card for every deck. Everything else, there were several things. With these specific flowers though, notice how there's like multiple of every color. And all the others, there's only like one color or maybe just one of the flower. I'm getting the sense that this person got to see many sides of you in a short time, and every side was beautiful and every side they found attractive. So it's like your personality was attractive, your physical appearance very much attractive, the way you move even attractive, and even some of your ideals, they found every bit of you attractive, if that makes any sense. But I feel like this is what's the saying, 2 ships sailing by in the night. Whoever this is, it might have been a fling, it might have been just like a date, but they found a lot about you very invigorating, like somebody that they really needed to meet, to respark respark something within them about what makes love worth it, if that makes sense. I really feel like this was a date or like a fling that didn't last very long, but they found you they enjoyed everything about you. Let's put it that way. I'm being told to go ahead and go to the tarot. I hate cutting the oracle cards so short because I usually read a lot more from the oracle cards than the tarot. But in this case, I'm being told to go ahead and go to the tarot because there's something about this person being rather secretive. I feel like it's because you don't really know them yet, or because it'll be so short-lived that it may not be that big. Like, you may not care for what they found attractive about you. I know that sounds awful, but it's more like you should know this because it's something I feel like they wanted to tell you but couldn't. But let's move the oracles. I'm very reluctant to move these, so I will keep these here. So we're using the Mythos Tarot to see what this person finds attractive about you. I hear like everything, but I'm like, that's not specific enough. We need to give pile 3 a thorough reading. They may not be very connected to their higher self. So we have the 9 of Coins with Plutus. We have the Queen of Wands with Psyche. Let me make sure I'm shuffling these right, because these both came out in previous piles. If you recall to another pile, I do encourage you to go back to it, whichever one it was. We also have 4 of Swords, Hypnos. We have the Lovers, Aphrodite. And the 5 of Cups, Leith. This is somebody, for some of you, it might be somebody from your past who's having a hard time letting go, but they think about how they were attracted to you. Back of the deck energy, 6 of Swords. To clarify these with our Wild Pocket Unknown Tarot. Yeah, this person got to see every little side of you and they found everything wonderful about you. So back at the deck, oh, sorry. To clarify the 9 of Coins, Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. To clarify the Queen of Wands, we have the Daughter, the Page of Swords. To clarify the 4 of Swords, we have the Magician. To clarify the Lovers, we have the 3 of Cups. And to clarify the 5 of Cups, we have the 5 of Wands. Back of the deck energy. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is somebody who was in your life for a season and a reason, but mostly a season. For some of you, this person with 9 of Coins, I'm actually getting Taurus, Virgo vibes. Somebody who has a hard time letting go. So either somebody from your past or somebody from your future, but regardless, it was short-lived, or at the very least, they felt it was very short-lived. They found everything about you beautiful. With the 9 of Coins, I'm always taken to how this guy is just watching somebody like entranced from afar. And likewise, I feel like this person was just very captivated by your beauty, because you have a very grounded beauty. With the Queen of Pentacles here, it's mostly your physical body, but not, how do I say this? It's not your actual body, it's the way your body felt, or the way you take care of your body. There was something very lovely about your body regardless. For some of them it will be the way it looked, but you're very healthy, I'm hearing very fertile, and I don't like that, but that's how they internalized it, that's how they see it. It's kind of like, this is a weird perspective, it's not mine, this is this person. A certain if you're a woman, certain bodies just look fertile, and to them fertile bodies look attractive. I don't care for that at all, but that's just how they thought. That's just what they thought. So maybe you had like really good hips, or like just a very curvaceous body, or even if you didn't have all that, a strong, sturdy body. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, they like your body. So with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords here, I really feel like you're very quick-witted, you're very smart, and you were not afraid to show that. You weren't afraid to show off your intelligence, and they truly adored that about you. I feel like you were also a little bit of a show-off when it came to your knowledge. Maybe you're very well educated, or maybe you're just very witty. I feel like some of you are very good with words, and they truly like that about you. They thought, well, they still think, I'm sure, you're funny. They find that very attractive about you. With the 4 of Swords and the Magician, though, we have manifestation, but this is something they slept on. I'm quite literally getting that. I know we have the not the god of sleep, I forget what he is, but sleep, the Titan, I don't know, embodiment of sleep in Greek mythology. Your manifestation was slept on. I don't like how some of these messages are coming through from this person. They're quite a person. But you also know when to rest. I feel like whenever you took time off, or whenever it seemed that you were doing nothing, was when you were actually creating a lot more than you realized. I feel like some of you are very heavy manifestors. Like you take a weekend off and suddenly you come up with like all these new ideas for products, I'm hearing, or projects, or something along those lines. Or if you went on vacation, you somehow ended up making more money on vacation than when you were working, oddly enough. With the Lovers and the Three of Cups, you're just a very fun person to have around at parties, is what I'm hearing. You're very lovely. I feel like some of you may come off as arm candy, or some of you are just very good at like vibing at parties with this person, especially if this person is very introverted, which I feel they are. This person really finds that there's a soothing presence about you whenever you're out in social gatherings or when you're out with friends. It's like they might be somebody who has like social anxiety, or they just may not be into the party scene or like being in large groups of people, but when they were around you, you grounded them and you helped them, and this is something that they found very beautiful, that you were able to just be like their light, their beacon in this mess of a situation. I am getting a bit of codependency from this person, whomever they may be, not gonna lie. With the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, I really do feel like you're not with this person right now, but they keep their feelings secret. With the Five of Wands, I feel like there was some kind of situation where somebody lost a fight, or somebody lost somebody. Loss is mostly what I'm getting. I feel like somebody lost somebody. It's almost like, especially if this is a person from the past, it's like when they lost you, they lost everything, or they felt that they lost everything. I feel like they're being a little bit melodramatic, but they do feel like they've lost everything. If this is somebody from your future, they will feel the loss of you when it comes to that. They will feel when you're not around, and they'll be looking for bits and pieces of you in a lot of people that they see. And in some cases, that could be the key to the person that they're actually meant to be with. It's like one specific thing that you taught them or showed them will be something that they find in somebody they need, that they really want in somebody else, if that makes any sense. It's very bittersweet how this reading is. I'm sorry if this is like not the vibe you were looking for, but I do encourage you to find any of the other piles because they've been really beautiful. But this person is somebody who you are not with, or not even meant to be with, but they found you so attractive, probably the most attractive person they've been with, unfortunately for them. Oh, I'm trying not to be mean, but I feel like this person just really wanted to come through in this reading. Back of the deck energy, we have Six of Swords, which is again leaving, getting out of a situation, and the Wheel of Fortune, which of course is just how things go. And I feel like they're slowly but surely accepting their fate with you, but you were such a beautiful adventure that they have a hard time not thinking about you from time to time and how attractive you were. Pile 3. But let's move on to our closing statements. We do have messages from their higher self, as well as the I am so totally into you deck quotes. Oddly enough, this is the only pile where the Lovers has come out so far. So this is what makes me think that you've been in a relationship with them, or that they've at least been intimate with you. Let's see. Get a quote from your person, if you're still with me. We have, in vain I have struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. This is Mr. Darcy, I'm sure, from Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. I actually watched that movie for the first time, like, I think it was New Year's Eve, because I was sick and I didn't want to go anywhere. So, I feel much like Mr. Darcy, this person has a hard time articulating their feelings and how they may say things and they may come out wrong as well. So I do feel like, much like Mr. Darcy, this person is like, they for the life of themselves cannot communicate effectively. And I have mixed opinions about that book, so I won't get into it here because I am an English major and I could go on and on about it, as well as I care about characterization. But regardless, I feel like they just don't know how to speak their feelings to you, pile 3. And this may have been part of the reason why it didn't work out. You were aware of how not into their emotions they were, and that was just not something you wanted. And that's fair. But they do find you beautiful. Let's see. Messages from their higher self. We have, darling, this feels so right. I really felt like it felt right being with you, for them. try and try again. That's the one. Take a moment to breathe. All of you. Make me believe. And back of the deck energy, we have, maybe we should stop here. Yeah, so I feel like this person just has a hard time getting you off their mind. This may be somebody who's tried to get back with you quite a few times, or maybe has tried to communicate with you several things that just never got through. But take a moment to breathe. I do feel like some of them may have asked for help from like a professional, maybe through meditation, or maybe have sought therapy, or maybe you taught them how to breathe. Maybe it's just something that you may have taught them. With Make Me Believe, I feel like there's an aspect of them that just refuses to believe that it's over or to let it go. Or I feel like some of them didn't really appreciate your spiritual side, and that's another reason why you just couldn't be with them. But they were willing to be open, but at the same time, it's like you didn't want to keep trying over and over to make this work. I really feel like it's you who wanted to call this off, or if this is somebody who's coming in, you know right away whether this will work out or not. But this is all I have for you today, Pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please let me know in the comments. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 4. If you chose the, what are these called? The cornflower, then we have a reading here for you today about your person and what they find attractive about you. So we're going to start with the oracles. For you, we have cornflower, we have growth, signifying knowledge and growth. Cornflowers are a positive flower to encourage someone who is struggling for inspiration. Also meaning protection of the home, new friends, and new love. They would be a great gift for a new neighbor. So whoever you're thinking about, they could be somebody new or somebody you may have just met. But this is somebody who's very aware of your growth, or aware of the growth they can have with you, if that makes sense. We also have journal. Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. Brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, and personal power. And stillness. This is somebody who has seen you go through it. And if there's one thing they find absolutely stunning about you, is your ability to carry on despite the fact that you have a lot going on underneath the surface. I feel like this is somebody who has caught you in moments of weakness, or maybe you've told them about certain situations you're going through, and they would be very surprised that you're going through that, because nothing on your outside shell makes them think that you would be going through that, or that you would be feeling what you feel. So they definitely admire and love the beauty within you when you're going through a phase of growth. I feel like this person could have known you for a while, but they've never seen you in a romantic way before, or vice versa. This could also be somebody who I'm hearing that you're just very beautiful, Pile 4. You're a very beautiful person, and it's very obvious to them. It's very obvious to a lot of people. They're not concerned about your physical looks. What they care about is what you go through, because there's something about the respect that you emanate whenever you go through certain things. I feel like this person really cares about you. With journal here, I'm getting that you're somebody who is very reflective about your situation. You probably do journal. And I'm not saying they find that attractive, but it's like the self-awareness that you embody, they're very much into. With Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle, there's something quite badass about you, Pile 4. Brilliant beliefs makes me think of somebody who has so much belief in themselves. Like, this is courage that cannot be faked. This is courage that has come through either years or deep moments of growth and introspection, of having gone through it. It's like you're confident in what you will achieve and what you will do because you've been through it before. And this is something that can't be learned. It's nothing that can be taught, really. This is just something you go through. With stillness, again, no one would believe on the outside that you're going through what you're going through, because if you've ever seen swans, any kind of water bird, you don't see their feet kicking really fast and very strongly underneath the water. All you see them gliding across like it's nothing. And likewise, it's the same thing with you, pile 4. People wouldn't believe the things that you've gone through or what you are even currently going through. But regardless, you do this with such grace, because look at how beautiful both these 2 cards are. Like this, your person thinks you're like this swan. But it's also interesting that this swan is alone. So maybe they've seen you go through a breakup, or maybe they've seen you lose something, maybe a job, maybe a home, but they've definitely seen you go through it, and you've been very open with them about it, believe it or not, because the one thing that was coming through with the gerbera, growth and someone who is struggling for inspiration, protection of the home, new friends, new love, new neighbor. Like I said, for some of you, this might be a new person. For some of you, it might be somebody who isn't very new, but they're new to your life. Maybe they're new to your like friend group, like you've let them in recently to let them know about what's going on with you. But there's something here about carrying your head very high. I really feel like you're somebody who doesn't share too much of themselves. So when you share anything with them, they find it very, very interesting. And they also kind of wonder why you share stuff with them. But regardless, there's a mystery to you. That's what that is. They're kind of intrigued by the mystery that you present. It's like, I don't know. They have a hard time imagining that somebody that looks like you could be going through what you're going through. Believe it or not, there's something here about when I think of rhinos, I think about a little bit of, what's it called, symbiosis, because they live with, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're the ones who live with little birds on their backs, because rhinos are actually kind of blind. But the birds, if they fly off, it lets them know that there's danger or there's something going on. So it's kind of like, that would be a fact you're kind of surprised to hear. So they'd be surprised to know that somebody as strong and as formidable as you would need somebody so small to help them through things. I feel like whatever situation you got out of, it was something that they thought was insignificant, or something that, wouldn't matter. And yet they see you. It's like, for example, when a friend sees you heartbroken over some person who left you, and this person to your friend, of course, is like low tier, just absolute bum, no one cares, like, who is this person? Like, it's like that friend getting mad that you're so upset over somebody who's not even worth it. It's that kind of energy. Like, they don't get it. Like, why are you upset over this person? But regardless, they're still very, the fact that you can feel that deeply is something else that they find very attractive, not gonna lie. Yeah, let's move on to the tarot to see what else your person finds attractive about you. This is one of those readings where, like, the oracles aren't saying too much, so I feel like this person is keeping certain things under wrap. And that happened in the last reading as well. I'm letting this card pass because it's so loud. That happened in the last reading as well. This person was being secretive, but only because in the last reading it was somebody from somebody's past, and I was like, oh, that didn't make me very comfortable. They need to really let the situation go. I don't like channeling stuff from exes, I'll be honest. I do not. You will rarely see me do that. This could be the Venus in Aries in me. I just move forward and I look forward. I don't like looking at exes' energies, and whenever I get that, especially unintentionally, the way it came in that reading, it made me very uncomfortable. But this person, for them, well, let's see. I don't think this person's an ex. This is somebody new. This is probably more of a platonic friend. Possibly, well, let's see. We have the 4 of Cups, sticks. We have the 9 of Wands, Bia. We have the Ace of Wands, Hephaestus. We have the Tower, Poseidon. And we have the 7 of Swords, the Irenes. This person knows a secret. This person knew something was going on. I'm sorry, this isn't talking about your attractiveness, but I feel like this is if you did leave a certain person, this is like a mutual friend and they knew something was going on before you did. It's very interesting. Again, it explains the secretiveness that was popping up in the oracles. Back of the deck energy, we have Judgment. They had a bit of a moral dilemma because, believe it or not, they had a little bit more. I'm getting a little bit of bro code slash whatever the female version of that is. Like, they were trying to be very accommodating to their fellow person. But at the same time, they have a lot more sympathy, empathy for you. This is getting juicy without me meaning to. This happens when I've been channeling all day. Just random stuff will pop up. But to clarify this, they see you're a fighter and they love that in you. Pile 4. Okay, but to clarify this, we have, to clarify the 4 of Cups, we have the Two of Wands. Clarify the 9 of Wands, we have the 10 of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Wands, you have Strength. Yeah, you carry your head high. To clarify the Tower, 3 of Wands. To clarify the 7 of Swords, the King of Pentacles. Back of the deck energy, 7 of Wands. So this person who finds you attractive, I'll just say it. They were kind of waiting for this to happen. They kind of knew from meeting you that you were out of somebody's league. And in some cases, this could be somebody who's seen you in and out of relationships a lot, and they keep thinking, why does this person keep hitting below, like, keep aiming below their standard? Like, for some of you, it might just be one person that you know. It could be like a mutual friend. But for some of you, it could be somebody who's seen you be with a lot of people who are just not at your level, whether that's in looks, finances, whatever, everything. This person just keeps wondering why you keep holding on to the idea that you can bring somebody up with you, is what I'm hearing. But you keep holding on to something. And I feel like this thing that you're holding on to is some sort of insecurity within yourself, pile 4. It could be the way you look. Maybe this is part of the reason you're at this reading. Like I said, you're a very beautiful person, pile 4. And I will try and highlight more aspects of that. But what I'm getting is that you keep going for certain people that are not at your level. And sure, they can make you happy. But the thing is, it's like, people keep seeing ugly people break your heart and they're kind of tired of it. Like, it's kind of, I don't laugh because it's funny. I laugh because that's how I channel energy sometimes. And also the frustration of some of your friends, because I feel like the person I'm channeling is a collective group of people. Some of them might be into you, but it's a collective group of people who really want nothing but the best for you. With the 9 of Wands, they see your fighting spirit. They see that you've had to come up through a lot. And with the 10 of Swords, again, they see that you struggled, but they sometimes wonder, like, maybe if you just aimed higher, you wouldn't struggle. A lot of this is coming through as tough love, and I don't mean it to sound that way. I don't really like where this reading is going, so if this didn't resonate, we do have others that you can go with. But for some of you, I really feel like you need to hear this. You are so beautiful, and you deserve way more than the people that you've been going for lately. There is this, I was actually reading up on this because I get curious sometimes, like, when certain people date people that they know are obviously not as attractive as them on the outside, of course, there is a sense of insecurity within themselves. It's almost like they want an easy connection, or they want somebody that they feel will not stray from them because they're obviously better looking than them. And this could be something that you've been in yourself as well, pile 4. I'm not here to judge. Of course, you can look at people's inner beauty as well as other things. But like, the people I'm specifically channeling from, because I do feel like it's a group of friends, including some admirers, they want to see you with somebody at your level, or at the very least who looks as good as you. I'm hearing some of them say. It's weird. Every other reading was just channeling one person. This is channeling like a small group of friends that really love you. With the Ace of Wands and Strength, though, again, Hephaestus is very interesting, because he's kind of known for being having a disability. I forget what the disability is. I want to say it's the legs, because I think Zeus, Hephaestus is the son of Hera and just hers alone, and Zeus didn't like him. So I think he tried to uh, fight him, and he ended up losing something, or maybe he was born that way. I can never remember, but Hephaestus is like, in some myths, I can't remember, he ends up getting with Aphrodite. This is why I keep bringing the ugly and beautiful thing, why I keep bringing that disparity within physical looks, because this is part of Hephaestus myth. But Hephaestus is a very loving soul, very good with his hands. He's the god of creativity, because he makes the weapons for the Olympians, so everything he makes is amazing. We have the Ace of Wands with strength here. I really feel like some of you are very much not into physical looks, and if so, maybe this is part of the reason you don't get why your friends are telling you this. But if we were to look at attractiveness as from an energetic standpoint, the light within people, or even the energy they give off, I feel like sometimes even then you go for people who are a little bit low vibrational, or who have like a bit of toxicity within them, because you feel the need to heal them. And this happens to everybody who is an empath, who's intuitive, who's a healer. Like, I'm not shaming you at all. We've all been there. So it's like, why not just get with somebody who is also on your level on the inside, is what I'm hearing from higher selves of some of your friends and family, as well as loved ones. With strength here, I really feel like it's the confidence that is needed. It's the strength. Yes, you feel like you can tame the lion, but the truth is you should be with somebody who doesn't need to be tamed, somebody who will treat you like the goddess that you are. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time saying something. Oh my God. With the Tower here, some of you could have some kind of throat chakra blockage, by the way, because it feels like I need to burp, but I'm not burping. Like there's something stuck there, which is very odd, because I'm trying to say something about your reading, and I already cleansed the energy before. Okay, but with the Tower, you may get in and out of relationships rather unexpectedly, or people just don't see certain things coming. This could also be, again, the people you get with. Some people just do not see how you got together, how did it happen. I feel a lot of people ask about your connections, because you could be somebody who just shows up like out of nowhere with somebody in tow. You could also be somebody who kind of gets with somebody people never thought you would, because either like they're complete opposites of you, or they feel like there's no way you could meet somebody like this. But likewise, I feel like when you get out of connections, even when people thought they would last forever, they're always surprised. Even if it was a healthy connection, there's something about this. You could have a Uranus-Venus conjunction, which means that you feel the need, or you're drawn to connections that are a little bit I heard problematic. They're not problematic. Not all problematic. I heard somebody say problematic. You could get in and out of connections that are a little bit unconventional. That's the word I was looking for. Unconventional, or just out of the norm. Not always problematic, but that could also be the case. Some of your friends are funny. I'm glad they care about you, Pile 4. With the Three of Wands, though, it's like you just take life in stride. Sometimes you try to plan it, but sometimes you don't. But regardless, you move on. With the Seven of Swords, the Erinyes are the Furies. You're used to being lied to. You're used to having things be secret. And I feel like there's part of you that will never fully trust somebody until this Father of Pentacles shows up. The King of Pentacles is somebody who you can rely on for stability and financial situations, as well as being physically there for you, especially if you're somebody who's used to people not being in your life 24/7. For example, maybe all you used to do were long distance relationships, or connections where they couldn't always be with you. What you're looking for is somebody who's stable, who will be there, that you know you can trust, somebody who's very much trustworthy. And I feel like that ability to trust is something that you truly need to work on, Pile 4. Because it's beautiful that you want to start a life with somebody that you can have for the rest of your life. But there's something here about not being able to fully trust. It's a little bit of repressed anger within you, to be honest. With Judgment at the bottom of the deck and the Seven of Wands. I am taking it quite literally that you do need better judgment. That's, again, these are messages from your friends, from their higher selves, because you deserve nothing but the best. This judgment would definitely benefit you. I'm taking it quite literally. Also, because we have Athena here, who is the goddess of strategy. To be more discerning in the people that you allow into your life, mostly romantic. It could be a little bit of friendship as well, because some of these friends are coming through being a little too judgmental, just a little bit. With a lot of love. Underneath that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Underneath that, the Fool. I'm seeing some of you are going to go through like a rebirth in connections, in the way you handle connections, not just connections. Underneath the Seven of, we have the Hierophant, because there's much that you have learned and need to learn, and or need to learn. And believe it or not, there will be a glow up to you once you start taking, I'm hearing a solo journey to find yourself and what it is that you truly want. Once you take this journey within yourself, it won't have anybody else involved. It won't have your friends. It won't have a person. There's going to be a glow up within you, an energetic glow up. It's more spiritual than anything. It's going to be internal. It's going to be emotional. I'm hearing some of you could benefit from staying single for a while and just dating yourself, if that's something that resonates with you, or at the very least focusing on yourself and what it is that you want. Because when you get into that energy, into that space of not needing anybody, of knowing that you are fine all on your own, you truly tend to see what it is that you want in a connection. Allow people to show up for you, but don't commit right away, is what I'm hearing. It's weird that this became an advice panel, really. I feel like all your friends' higher selves got together and had a meeting here. I'm sorry if this isn't what you wanted to hear, but you needed to hear. So let's see. Let's move on to some... If you had a person in mind at the beginning of this reading about what they find attractive, they want to say, your friends, not this person, that it shouldn't matter what they think because they're not on your level anyway, not just in looks but also in how this relationship is being handled and how this connection, whatever it may be, is being handled. But regardless, I'm gonna get a card from I Am So Totally Into You deck. So if you want to think of your person, you can. If you want to think of a future partner, you also can. We'll look at it in a moment. Okay, pile 4. I don't typically do this, and it's been a few days. I've already edited this video, but while I was looking through this specific pile, there was something about this reading that did not come through. So I went ahead and looked for all the cards again, put them back in their place. Just consider this extra content. Like I said, I don't typically do this, but something about the Hephaestus card, the Ace of Wands, and the Strength was coming through about attraction here. I feel like, again, we're going back to those friends and their higher selves that are wanting to come through. These could also be your spirit guides, of course. Because I had mentioned that Hephaestus is known for having a disability. I looked that up in the myth and I can't remember where I found that. I want to say it must have been in a depiction of him somewhere. But regardless, I feel like that's interesting because it's almost like they're wondering how somebody, if they do happen to actually have a disability, whether it's physical or mental or any sort of any disability, of course, how they can take care of you. This could also, of course, be you, pile 4. And you may have a specific disability, so you need somebody who takes extra care of you, like pays a lot more attention to you. With the Strength here, what's coming through is that you're a very strong person and you can handle a lot. I feel like in the past you have handled a lot. And this is part of what makes you attractive. People see you and they know that you're not somebody who is only in it halfway. You dedicate yourself entirely. This is what, one, the person who you had in mind finds attractive about you. 2, what people understand is considered very valuable about you as a partner, as a person, as somebody who is capable of all the love in the world. But I actually looked up the myth of Hephaestus, like I said, and I can't remember which one came first, but he's married to Aphrodite, and she does end up cheating on him with Ares. But I've also seen it the other way, where she's with Ares first, but then she ends up with Hephaestus because he's more stable. So take it whichever way it resonates. I feel like this is going to be a common theme within your love life, especially when it comes towards the people that you end up being in committed partnerships with. It's almost like there's a bit of a third party situation here, and I feel like people in the past have done this to you, and in some cases, no judgment here, it may have even been you, pile 4. It may have even been you, pile 4. So again, I'm not judging here, but there is a sense here that whomever you are looking for, or whomever is that you're thinking about, there needs to be a sense of respect here, because the strength can be confidence. It can also be conquering our inner demons or insecurities. But here I'm seeing it as respect, the respect you command. And that's coming through very strongly. Like I said, I don't typically do this edit post recording edit thing, but it was coming through very strongly. I would not be able to sleep well at night if I hadn't done this. So this is extra content for you. I continue with the rest of my reading. Pile 4. Sending you much love. It's just always weird when the reading veers off in a completely different direction, because then I feel it throws off a lot of my of what I had planned. But regardless, this could be either the person you were thinking of, it could be a future soulmate, it could even be your own higher self. But let's pick a card. We have, I feel sometimes like I have a map in my pocket that folds up, and I pull it out and it's bigger than the table, and there's 1,000 places to go with her. That's Tom Waits. What I'm hearing from this is that her is you. There's so many places you could go. There's so many opportunities for you. You have so many options. That's what I'm getting from this quote. And then messages from either your higher self, your person's higher self, maybe some of your friends' higher selves, whomever this is. All right, Cupid says, I'm not sorry. I feel like you don't regret anybody you've ever dated, pile 4. You don't regret even when you've been heartbroken. We have don't go back. If there's a specific toxic ex you're thinking about, don't go back to them. Or don't go back to the energy of being low vibrational and attracting low vibration. I know that's easier said than done. I don't know why I said it. But remember where you came from, and remember where you don't want to be, is what I'm getting from this. We need to talk. For some of you, if you're currently in a connection with somebody or dating somebody, and you know it's not healthy for you, or I feel like you need to talk to them. This could also be your friends kind of having a small intervention about the kind of people you choose to let into your life. We have ask and you shall receive. Something about manifesting a divine counterpart is coming through. I feel the same. This one specifically makes me think that whoever you end up being with will feel the same about the way you feel about a specific subject. More to do with spirituality than anything. It could also be about how you treat people, I'm hearing. I feel so guilty. There is a sense of like beating yourself up for the people you've been with, pile 4, and I'm here to tell you not to be. We all... Like, it's a weird combination of not feeling sorry, but also feeling guilty. Maybe guilty for allowing them to break your heart, or breaking their heart in some cases. But there's no need for the guilt. You're a very emotional person, pile 4. I can tell. And if you're still with me up to this point, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm going to get one more, then back of the deck. Darling, this feels so right. You will know. You will know when it's time to do everything you need to do, pile 4, because you're very, very empathic, very intuitive. But I feel like when it comes to relationships, your intuition can go a little haywire. I think it was Taylor Swift who said something like, I make really stupid decisions when it comes to men. Something along those lines. If you're a Swiftie and know the exact quote, please let me know in the comments, because that definitely resonated for me, and maybe for you as well. And I'm not even that big of a Taylor Swift fan. Back in the deck, try and try again. I feel like some of you are not afraid to give love a try. Like, yeah, you put your all into everything, and at the very least you can say you tried with people, with certain connections. There's something about a fighting spirit within you, within your heart. Some of you could be have like a Venus in a fire sign, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and that just opens up the possibilities for love being an adventure. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.